Tonight we're making curry, pork meatballs, and rice. And we're gonna do all of this in our Ninja Combi. We're gonna cook everything at the same time. Let's get started. This has a lot of ingredients, so I'm gonna go over them with you one at a time. This is just phase one. We have two operations going here. First, we're gonna make the meatballs. Everything starts with some good, fresh ground pork. This is 85-15, by the way. This pork in the bowl. Next up, 2 large eggs, right in the bowl. Perfect. We're gonna need about 2 tablespoons of coriander, 4 if you're using fresh, chopped. If you're using ground like I am, just go with 2 tablespoons. So you may not be able to get fresh. I could not find it, so ground is fine. Just gonna use a little less of it. A little bit of minced garlic. A couple cloves if you're gonna mince your own. I'm gonna use about a teaspoon. I've got some already minced up here. So I'm just gonna guesstimate about a teaspoon or so. You can always adjust these ingredients. If you like a lot of garlic, you can, simply just add more. Okay, we're gonna need a zester for this one. Zest of 1 lime. What you're seeing here are key limes. I just went outside and picked them off the tree about 5 minutes ago, so you're not gonna get much fresher than that. We're gonna go ahead and grate those up so we get the zest of 1 key lime. Obviously, if you don't have a key lime tree in your yard, just go buy a lime. So. And we about got this one. We're going to be adding a little lime juice in as well later on, so you can use a lot of zest or a little zest. That is a fair amount right there. I'm going to save this lime so I can get the juice out of it in a minute. You're going to need some rice wine vinegar, and we're going to use 2 tablespoons of that. Again, if you don't like it, don't put as much in. Two tablespoons of soy sauce. I think you get the flavor profile already in your mind of what these meatballs are going to taste like. I need 2 tablespoons of sesame seed oil. Some curry powder. Now I just picked up some Walmart version of curry powder here. Use what you like, use what you got. We're gonna put a teaspoon of the curry powder in. A tablespoon of grated ginger, and I've got a actual piece of ginger here. And what I'm gonna do is just take the back of a spoon, and I'm just gonna scrape that skin off like so with the spoon. Get as much of that skin off of there as I can get off, and then we'll grate it up. Somebody just told me to do it with a spoon, and it works really well. Look at that. Nothing like fresh ginger, guys. There's really no substitute for it. All right, that's about a tablespoon. Okay. And combine all of these ingredients, and there's only one way to mix meat and stuff. That's your hands. So here we go. Oh, the smell is coming out of this bowl. Wow. And for that, we're going to get out our Ninja Combi baking tray, and we want to go ahead and get a little oil on here. Cooking spray if you got it. I'm just going to put a little olive oil on there, spread it around, and then we'll make the meatballs and set them up. Let's get a little oil down on this pan, just spread it out, get it up on the edges. Just make it a little non-stick there. That's good. This is just olive oil. If you, like I said, if you got some original Pam cooking spray, that would be good on these surfaces. I wouldn't put any of the other kind of Pam on here, just the original one. Don't have any today. We're ready to make the meatballs. It's going to make as many as it makes, depending on how much meat you have in here. This was a touch over a pound, I think. So these are going to be cooking in the combi cooking style, meaning steaming and air frying at the same time. So we don't want to get them too thick. We want to make sure that the centers get as cooked as well as the outsides. We'll see how many we can make. These are about an inch and a quarter, inch and a half around, something like that. Ended up with 10 meatballs there. All right, it's time to start on level 1, which of course is your combi pan. This is where we're going to be cooking our rice. Start with about 35 ounces of your favorite vegetable broth. This is what we'll be cooking the rice in. This is what the veggies that are going to go in here, and this is also going to be what creates the steam for the combi cooker, they call it, which is really like steam and bake. Add in 15 to 17 ounces canned coconut milk. This is unsweetened, and I use the one from the brand Thai. It's one of my favorites. Go ahead and add 10 ounces of basmati rice, which is about a cup and a quarter, something like that. There's a cup, and we'll go about a quarter of a cup. About 5 ounces of shredded coconut. Also to taste, obviously, if you don't like coconut, don't put very much in or any, and if you do like it, like me, put a little sprinkle extra in there. It's not gonna hurt a thing. We're gonna do a little more of some grated ginger. I have the other half of that ginger. So we're gonna grate some of this down a little bit. 2 tablespoons of curry powder. Now that is quite a bit. So you guys be cautious of that. If you don't like a lot of curry, you might wanna hold back a little. If you really like curry, load it up. Add a little bit of garlic in, minced garlic, about a teaspoon or so. And the last 2 ingredients are broccoli florets and some very, very thin green beans, but we're not gonna add those yet. We'll overcook them. So we're gonna start this cooking process, and then we're gonna come back and add those frozen vegetables in just a few minutes. Let's get that stirred up. Got a lot going on in here, so give it a really good stir. And we'll stir again when we get our veggies in too, of course. It's time to go ahead and load everything up. So we've got our rice going on level 1. And our pork meatballs going up on level 2. We'll be using the Combi cooker mode for this. So to start with, make sure that your switch on the top is in the up position. Combi meals is the first choice by default. We want that. 350 is our temperature. And 15 minutes, which is also default, is our time. Now, don't walk away too far. We're going to go ahead and pull out our frozen broccoli, our frozen green beans. We're going to have everything ready to go. And in a few minutes, I'll give you the time. We're going to pull this out, get that in, mix it in with the rice, push it back in again. So the way this Combi cooker, Combi meals is going to work is the first thing it's going to do is create steam. A lot of steam, and that's what this is. This is preheat. So it's basically going to boil that liquid and make a whole lot of steam. Once it steams up, there are sensors in there to detect the steam. Once it detects enough steam, it's going to go ahead and start turning on the top element as well. That's how it works. We'll be back in a few minutes for the vegetables. We're going to pull this lower pan out at halfway mark, which is about 7 minutes, and add our vegetables, give it a good stir, and pop it all back in again. At about the 7-minute mark, we want to go ahead and stop this or pause it simply by opening the door. I don't want to leave the door open too long. We don't want to lose any heat. So let's just grab our pan, bring it right off to the side, and close the door most of the way. Where are we here? And what we want to do now is add those vegetables, and I've already gone and put them into a bowl. It's 7 ounces of the really skinny green beans, like this, frozen, and 7 ounces of the broccoli florets. All the vegetables go in. And we're just going to stir all that up. While this is finishing cooking, I'm not going to bother filming this, but I've chopped up some peanuts for the side dish, and I'm also squeezing some of these key limes into juice, also to spread over the top after we serve it. And I've got a little Thai chili sauce to add to it as well. There we go, back in. Let's finish that last 7 minutes, and let's take a peek at those meatballs. Since we got the door open, yeah, we're just starting to brown back there. They're looking good. And let's finish that up. Fresh from the Ninja Combi, curry pork meatballs and curry rice with vegetables. For our side, we've got some freshly chopped peanuts, some of that wonderful key lime juice right there, and one of my favorites. This is from Blue Dragon, not a sponsor, but it's one of my favorites, Thai sweet chili sauce. Let's get this plated. Little crushed peanut on top. A little lime juice goes a long way. Maybe a little more. A little of this Thai sweet chili sauce on the side. Okay. Let's cut into that meatball real quick. I've already temperature checked it, by the way, so I know it's cooked. Let's see what we got in there. Oh yeah, look at that. So the idea behind this, you got a nice crispy outside. Just sort of break it up into the dish like so. It's not meant to be a meatball like for spaghetti or something. Wow, let's give that a try. That looks amazing. Wow, I can't wait to give this a try. Here we go, guys. Oh, the coconut, the crispy pork, the lime. Oh, that just all just very vibrant flavors went together very well. You're gonna love this. Make sure you give it a try. We're gonna enjoy this tonight. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. Subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments. Let me know if you've made this or some sort of variation on it. Everybody wants to know, and we'll see you real soon on the next video.